Hi, I'm Sal Casenza.
And welcome to Abstract Essay. Abstract Essay is created to empower artists like us.
Yes, and artists like Christy Bullock, who has joined us today. Really excited about you being here, Christy. Just a quick bio. Christy is an Arizona-based 2D and 3D artist. Your work is very whimsical. It's very fun. I'm sure there's a lot of hidden meaning, though, that we're going to talk about in a moment. But what's great about Christy, Daniel, is she's a multimedia artist. That means she's not afraid to use watercolor, acrylics, ceramics. 2D, 3D, everything is on the table for Christy. In addition, however, Christy runs the art wing of One Step Beyond, right? So I'm going to share Christy's work on the screen as well as the work
Yes.
of One Step Beyond. But really quick, let me see here, share screen. So give me 1 second here. Okay, so One Step Beyond, I think you can see it on the screen here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they are based out of Surprise, Arizona. And Christy, correct me anytime, but it's a nonprofit organization. You're like, it's all wrong. No, it's a nonprofit organization and school. It provides dynamic programs and services to individuals with intellectual disabilities. But the goal is to help these students thrive in their potential, in their talents, and in their creativity. I've had the pleasure of seeing One Step Beyond in action recently and being part of Christy's class there, and it was a real treat. The work coming out of One Step Beyond is truly impressive. And what I really enjoy about them, Daniel, is that they have a sort of set criteria of values. They value opportunity, they value person-centered thinking, inclusion, and understanding, right? So it's a very empathetic organization, and God knows we need more empathy today, right? So if
Definitely.
if you like to learn more about One Step Beyond, you could check out their website. We're on it right now, but it's osbi.org, and they have a fine arts link. There's also they're on Instagram, right? The handle is OSBI Fine Arts, of which again Christy heads. Now, if that ain't enough, I have one
Yeah.
more. I've got Christy again is a working artist, right? So I want to show some of her work right now. And so Christy is represented currently at Art One Gallery. You can see a lot of her pieces here. Again, 2D, 3D, right? Nothing is off the table. So Christy, thank you for being here.
Yes, we're gonna give you a big hand. Miss Christy Bullock, thank you so much for sharing your painting to the world. All paintings to the world.
Yes, so got some questions for you. Number one, what's it like when one of your students has sort of a breakthrough moment in your class? I imagine it's got to feel great for you. But what is that moment like? Can you walk us through that feeling?
Um, I mean, obviously it's amazing. And that's the hope always. I think just being able to watch somebody have their confidence built right in front of you in real time is very special, and it feels very like an honor to be a part of. We've
Right.
definitely had that happen. We had that happen a lot when I was first employed there. I think that a lot of times in the community, unfortunately, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is exactly what this person is like." They only will draw exactly what's in front of them. They only use pencil and they don't really think outside of what they're capable of. But we have actually Malcolm right there in the top left. He is somebody that I was told a lot of information about as far as him kind of being painted a bit rigid, in my opinion. But I watched him learn scale very quickly. I have done a lot of ceramics with him, and he, I think through art, has really learned to express himself a lot more deeply. And I see him just having a lot more confidence in his own personhood and being able to speak up for himself, and just being treated as a peer, I think, in art. So I mean, he definitely, you can see that's not a pencil
Yeah.
drawing. So yeah, he really likes painting. He really loves animals, and it's just, I think, not putting somebody in a box and just saying that that's who they are, and letting them, grow beyond,
Right.
I
And
guess.
the program is rigorous, right? I was reading up on it. It's not like just I mean, you've got sort of beginners level, but you also have an advanced level, right?
Oh yeah, and we definitely try to do that in all of the programming that we offer.
Mhm.
So, I mean, for art, there's
Yeah.
definitely people that it's just a fun thing to do for their week, and as we all enjoy it. But if
Yeah.
there are people that we have that are taking it more seriously, then we do everything possible to make sure that they have all the opportunities they're looking for available to them.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking on opportunity, you're also your students show throughout the valley, right? Throughout Arizona. I know Art One, they have had
Yes.
exhibits there. So what's that process like with your students in terms of like, um, getting their work in the gallery, selling the work? Can you explain that a little?
Sure. It's very thankfully broadened over the years. So we have a lot of withstanding partnerships at this point where we get to do a lot of things yearly. We started at Surprise City Hall last year, and then we just got
Mhm.
asked to come back this year. And so that's where they have art currently up and installed. And we also have a wholesale opportunity that we have been utilizing with a really great boutique in San Francisco. It is called Helpers Artisan Boutique, and they
Hmm.
primarily just sell work from our community. And so we send ceramics probably about every 2-3 months, and they have them in the shop. But any art event that they do, they have an amazing director, Marilyn, and she's always including us in any pop up that they're involved in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and you're probably always looking for new pop-up opportunities, right? I mean, we all
Of
we all
course.
know by now that Art One unfortunately is closing, right? So everyone will all lose that as a resource, unfortunately, but I'm sure you're probably looking elsewhere throughout the valley, I would imagine, right?
Always, yeah. We're
Yeah.
always open to any new opportunity. We've had our work in like restaurants and stuff even. So if we see art, like if I'm out and I see that an establishment has local art, then I'm very quickly over at the counter asking who I can talk to and trying to see like when I can get their stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, there's an exhibition opportunity. Right? All we really
Yeah.
need something, right? A wall, a bare wall, or like some space. I want to ask you, is there overlap between, do you see overlap in your own process when you teach art versus when you create art? Like when you're making your own work versus when you're teaching, is there any overlap or are they sort of mutually exclusive?
I think they're very blended.
Yes.
Very much.
Hmm.
I there's a lot of things that I think I wouldn't have tried if I didn't have an artist in the studio that was interested in it. So I've definitely pushed myself a lot further than what I thought I was capable of. And I mean, if they asked to, like when they asked to do the lino blocks, I didn't have any background with that. So it's just watching a lot of videos and tutorials and then trying to figure out from all the information that I've researched how to best apply it to what will work for them in the classroom.
Yeah, and you do have, I mean, I've been in your classroom. It's incredible. There's so much to look at, so much great work. Do you like what triggered that fearlessness, that sort of multimedia fearlessness that you have? Was there a mentor at some point in life, or how did that work?
Yeah, definitely. We had a really, really amazing woman that started the art program at One Step Beyond. Her name was Maggie, and um, I don't, I don't think I was like that a lot until her belief in me, I guess. I had when I first started, I didn't have really, I explained that to you when you were there.
Mhm.
It was very bare bones as far as the operation was. And I had a lunch with her. And from one conversation, I just had somebody from the organization come and report back to me and say, basically order whatever you need to get things going as far as
Wow.
what your vision is for the program. And she just was such a cheerleader, I guess. They say you only need like one person to really believe in you to start
Yeah.
like trying to realize your potential. And she was just always the first person that was commenting on the Instagram posts and that said that it was a good idea to do social media, and that just anything that I was maybe thinking about doing, she would give me the extra push to really try for it. So I
Right,
think,
because
yeah, she was an amazing person.
so your work, I mean, we're looking at some of it here at Art One. To me, I feel like it's got, I don't know if anyone remembers Nick at Night vibes. Remember Nick at Night? Remember like some of the, yeah, like some of the shows like Ren and Stimpy, right? Like that sort of aesthetic to me. Like I feel some of that when I look at some of your work. But how would you describe your aesthetic? Like when we look at these pieces, is there a way to summarize them overall? Like how would you summarize them for us?
I mean, now like that. That
Nick
is
and
the
Night,
coolest thing that's ever been said to me.
the Nick and
That
Night
like
vibes.
the old Nickelodeon vibes. Yeah, that I
Yeah.
mean, that's very cool. That's so cool. Thank you.
There was something about those cartoons, remember? It was like different from Disney
Yeah,
Channel. There was a little like level of danger to them, right? It was like I
yeah.
remember watching Ren and Stimpy thinking, am I allowed to be, like, should I be watching this? You know?
Okay, have you watched it as an adult? Because as an adult, probably not. We probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like they got away
I'm
with,
like, wow, we were allowed.
yeah. And they don't make cartoons like that anymore. But does some of that seep into your subconscious as you're creating your own work? Like
Yeah, probably.
how do you describe your graphics, you know, that aesthetic? It's got a very unique look and feel to it, your paintings.
I don't I'm so bad at that kind of thing. So sorry. But I don't know. Like I have very funky dreams, and I usually have pretty repetitive dreams until I make whatever it is that's like floating around in my subconscious.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like I don't see a lot of stuff similar, so I think I don't know, I get a little insecure about it. I don't feel like it's like as like polished as other people, but I guess you get there along the way.
But I think it's in its portrayal, in that sort of description of you follow sort of a dream, it's very free and it's very truthful. Like your work is very honest and truthful to me. Like I don't see, yeah, I'm kind of glad it's not like structured, you know? Like in its freedom, it's truthful.
Thank
That's
you.
another
So kind.
Daniel, any questions for Christy?
Miss Christie, how do you know when a painting is finished?
I am terrible with that because I will sometimes I'll have stuff that's been done for quite some time, and I will like look at it and feel like, oh, maybe I should add a little bit more. So I think my issue more trying to find restraint and being able to say that something is like done and stop tampering with it before it goes too far.
Mhm.
Are there any specific artists or art movements that influence your work, Miss Christie?
Um, I mean, I really do love art history. I think so many things. There's so many things I enjoy. I like impressionism in the way that like the color blends are and like the attention to light, but I also really like the humor in pop art a lot
Mhm.
and what it says about like reflecting what's going on currently. But I like book illustrations a lot. So I think that's probably something that I gravitate towards a little bit more than I guess what you would call like traditional art movements. I really like book illustrations, so I pay a lot of attention to those.
Do you
I
wo-
wish I
do you,
knew like all the names of everybody. But
do you work on multiple pieces at once, or do you go case by case?
yes, I have a handful of stuff all of the time that I
Nice.
have to be very mindful about following through on.
Yeah, because that's a risk too. It could the unfinished pieces could accumulate, right?
Yeah, I have a shelf. I have a shelf at work of stuff
Yeah.
that is partially done, and then I have a shelf at home of stuff that is partially done.
Oh, so you're disciplined in that sense, right? In terms of like your strategy, your production, right? But then I think the aesthetic itself, the graphics are unpredictable, loose, free, right? So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you always been
Interesting indeed.
have you always been have you always practiced that method as an artist?
Um, as far as
Like
like
production.
yeah, I think I'm just kind of a more like scattered abstract individual. So I things excite me constantly and I want to try it. So it's very easy for me to be like in one project and then see something else and be like, oh, but I want to do that too. And then have to come back to the one that I was already working on.
Yeah.
And then if people obviously in class want to try something new, then I get really enveloped into that and will kind of put other things on the sideline because I just get so excited at other people being excited about something that I want to do everything and I love a theme. So if something like when they said that they really wanted to work on the Monet stuff, I'm like, take down everything in the hallway.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Daniel, Christie is transforming that wing of the campus, right? It's becoming artified, even in the corridors. Right in a year from now, it's going to look like a totally different art ecosystem.
Oh
Nice,
yeah, for sure. I'm
nice.
hoping within like the next few weeks I'll be able to have it a little bit more hammered.
Nice. We're talking with Christy Bullock. Christy is the head of the art program at One Step Beyond in Arizona and also an amazing artist in her own right. What triggers you to go 2D versus 3D? How do you know whether to create something that's 2D or 3D?
I make myself do 2D, but I definitely prefer 3D. But I want to get I want to get better. at doing two-dimensional things. I learned a lot from when you were here this past week as far as just watching your approach to painting. So I've been trying out different things with that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think your work is great. Your 2D work is incredible too. I would just
Thank
keep
you.
doing what you're doing, but yeah, we keep pushing ourselves, which is great. I wonder, what are your future goals as an artist, as an educator, as a person?
Whoa.
I know,
Where do
right?
you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah. Well, like, what are have you met all of your dreams from a career standpoint?
No, definitely
No.
not.
So what would
I don't.
those include?
I think there's there's a few things that I've been really trying to kind of iron through what would be the best approach to accomplish them. I have a few artists that are visually impaired, so I am definitely trying to figure out the best approach to um, giving them as enriching a time as everybody else. But it's not something that is in as much of my wheelhouse as I wish it was. So I think I'm trying to get more tactile. And I like that because I think a lot of times art can be a little bit too serious. And it's a lot about not touching and going to a museum and like being like quiet. So I think the idea, and I know there's other artists that have done it, but trying to make a more tactile experience that could be very enjoying to that, like something they could dig. But so I've been
Yeah.
on that, and I definitely am always trying to get better at ceramics, and I've started experimenting with glaze a lot more. But professionally, I think a lot about the fact that as much as I love the group that I'm currently with, I'm very aware that there are, I don't think there's another Marcel, but there's other artists that are in this community, and I get a lot of messages from um, other states like that don't have a program the way that we do, and they don't have the same opportunities that are available to them. So I think trying to figure out how I could do what I'm currently doing on a larger scale so that more people had the same opportunities that the people I work with do.
Yeah, that would be amazing, right? Going forward, because right now, One Step Beyond's in Arizona and California. Is that correct? Or
Right.
yeah. So yeah, you got to start. It'll grow, right? Hopefully in 5 years, 10 years. It's
Yeah, that would be my hope, is that anybody who is looking for these opportunities within our community has them available to them in some way, shape, or form. And just that people are seeking out art from our community more. And it's not so much like a hustle or a grind, because I think a lot about just from like an art history standpoint, that a lot of what we know from the past and historically is through the arts. So there's definitely a level of importance that I think there is to make sure that their voice is like documented in history and not something that's just lost in the shuffle. So I get very concerned about that.
Mhm. Yeah, and you always hear about, right, STEM. Whenever anyone's talking about the future of education in this country, it's always STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, math. But I'm very much for, and I'm sure we both are, Daniel and Christy, STEAM, right? STEAM, the art, the A, right? That I think that the arts needs to be on par with with engineering, with science, with technology, right? I don't
And
think that conversation is
definitely.
happening enough.
Well, and you even see that reflected in a lot of things that are happening in the world right now, because when you were talking earlier about empathy, it's so invaluable in how we develop in as people and how we interact with one another, and especially like at a time where we have so many differences that are so apparent. I think that that is the root of any positive change that we're going to see, and I think that it's a lot learned through the arts.
Hey, amen to that one.
Miss Christie, what's the most challenging aspect of creating a painting for you?
I don't. I I wish. Well, I guess I shouldn't just say like I wish. I wish upon a star. I would like to be a great deal better at having more dimension to the stuff that I do, like I see in Sal's work. So I'm trying to get better at that. But I am a lot self-taught, so um, just trying to figure that out. I would like the subjects that I do to have more dimension, and maybe them to see like more apart from the background.
Well,
You'll get there. You're
you
gonna.
get there. And thank you so much for sharing your paintings to the world. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, Mr. Sal, will you please invite our listeners or viewers to please visit our official Abstract SM
Oh yeah,
merchandise?
yeah. So we've got merch alert.
Merch alert.
We've Daniel set up this abstract essay shop where you can find a variety of different products, creations that we've each been a part of. Now part of pillows, parts of tote bags, different accessories. This is I think both of our first merch experience. So we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
check it out. The website is
Fourth wall.
Daniel-lucas-shop.fourthwall.com. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And again, check out Christy Bullock's work, now available at art1galleryinc.com in Arizona. A variety of pieces there. The gallery is closing August 30th, so be sure to check them out before it's too late. But I'm sure Christy will continue to have work elsewhere. And check out the great work coming out of One Step Beyond the program, right? osbi.org. Christy, is there anything that we missed that you're burning to talk about? Any
Yes.
announcements? Anything you got coming up or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you giving the information about the organization's website. So yeah, check out the osbi.org and follow us on Instagram. And we are currently at Surprise City Hall if you want to see it.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity to get to hear your sort of philosophy and what's behind the work you do, both personal work and the work you do for the community. I would just say keep it up. You're doing an incredible job in both arenas. Your students were inspiring to me. I could tell that they push you and you push them, and it creates work that is forward-thinking, forward-moving, right? Your classroom is a great laboratory for the future. So keep it up.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
keep up the good work, Miss Christie. And I have one more question. If you could create a painting for any historical figure or modern icon, what would it be and why?
Oh, you know what? Maybe I would want to make something for. If you could dream anything, maybe Paul McCartney.
Macca.
Let's assume he could maybe think I was doing something interesting. That would be very cool. That, or like maybe like Sylvia Plath.
I would just make one and send it to him. Why not? What is it?
Yes.
MPL. His studio is MPL. Because he loves art.
Definitely.
And Christy did a Ziggy Stardust, by the way, Daniel.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
did David Bowie.
Nice.
I have a lot of stories.
Yeah. Nice.
Infinite Bowie.
Awesome. So, Miss Christy, again, thank you so much for being part on Bookworm and on Abstract Essay. So, Mr. Saul?
Yes. Thank you again, Christy. Thank you, Daniel. This has been great. Again, follow Christy Bullock. Check out her work at Art One Gallery and check out the work of osbi.org, One Step Beyond. Have a great rest of your day, Christy. Thanks for sharing your work and philosophy with us today.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. More to come, people. See you soon.
Cheers.